For the Cowboys, I never thought I'd say this, but a tie might have just saved their season with Dak going crazy and fighting with that Packers defense. The vibes are at least up for this week in Dallas. I like to start all these off with the disclosure. I'm an Eagles fan. Go Birds. But I will try to be honest and upfront with you guys about the Cowboys. Dak was amazing against the Packers defense that we assumed before this week was a top 5 unit in the NFL. He might have done so much damage that we aren't sure if they're a top 5 unit because how bad him, Pickens, Turpin, Tolbert, how bad they exposed these cornerbacks. Made the Packers really look like pass rushing merchants out there where they were just hitting all these passes, these short passes. But once they got in rhythm and once they made that pass rush slow down and they started looking down the field, that's when Dak really was going in, hitting some incredible passes deep. The one to Tolbert, right in overtime, 37-37, rolling to the right, that was incredible. The drives down Dak was just in complete control of this entire game, and it was quite a display. I mean, the way I didn't know how Schottenheimer was going to do an offense. I thought McCarthy had more involved with it, but this Schottenheimer's offense, they're running the same offense, and with no CD to do that against that unit was really, really impressive. And just as impressive as that offense is, that defense is horrendous. They are easily right now. Phone started ringing. Sorry. But they are easily the worst defense in the league. I mean, they couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't stop the run. Couldn't stop short passes, situational passes, deep throws that you know are coming, runs when you know they're coming. I mean, for the Cowboys, it's they couldn't. Them and Matt Eberflus and whatever's going on with that unit. Now, they did get a huge fumble, actually. James Houston did force a big fumble. But listen to that again. James Houston is their starting D-end or their big pass rushing D-end, him and Jadeveon Clowney, in the year's 2025. So they're just trying to patchwork it together. But they are awful on that side of the ball. And they had chances to win this game, multiple chances on the defensive end. They just couldn't get it done any of the times. Leads in the fourth quarter, specifically 4th and 6 overtime. Jordan Love looking shaky. And what does LaFleur call? Oh, I'll just call something going right in the middle so Duke can just look straight and throw the ball. And it was just an inside cutting route, and there was just nobody there. And the Cowboys defense, my gosh, man. I mean, this is Jerry bots this to me. Not even necessarily with the Micah thing, but just the rest of the defensive personnel. If they just had solid defenders, like Micah shouldn't be this impactful. And I know he's a great player and everything, but he shouldn't be like your entire defense. You should have other players who can do something. And I'm not saying they need to be a top 10 unit. Could they be top 25, top 20? Like I think they could, if they had a decent unit. Are the Cowboys possibly 3-1? Could they possibly have beaten the Eagles opening night? No. But could they possibly? They definitely could have won this game for sure. And they probably don't get lit up by the Bears like this. So for them, and obviously that's got to suck. Like, all right, cool. We have this quarterback. He's living up to his contract. He's playing great. He's put up 40 twice. And in those games, we've gone to overtime. Well, I guess he's put up 37 technically twice. And in both games, we've went to overtime. So, I mean, it's a tough situation right now in Dallas. But the offense is clicking. Dak is playing some of the best football he's played in his life. I know he was an MVP candidate. This is up there with that to me, what he's doing early this season, specifically with those 2 games, this game and that Giants game. So we'll see if that can continue. For the Cowboys, though, I wrote down the schedule. Up next, they play the Jets. Yikes. And then they play the Panthers and the Commanders. This could be a turning point for them. They go out there and win 3 straight. I'm not even gonna lie. I think they gotta come out of this 2-1. But a lot of Cowboys fans are telling me they think they're better than the Commanders. I don't know if that remains. This was before the season, so we will see about that, because the Commanders at least sometimes have a semblance of a defense, whereas the Cowboys, they just let you do whatever you want. You want to run, you want to throw, whatever. We don't give a fuck. That's how they play defense in Dallas. So we'll see with that Commanders game, but they should beat the Jets and they should beat the Panthers. Those two teams have looked awful at points this year. The Cowboys have yet to look fucking terrible. And that's a credit to Dak and Schottenheimer, really, because we thought there were possibilities that they could look terrible. And maybe down the road, down toward the end of the season, they do. But for right now, Dak has been lasering. I mean, he looked great in that game. Can't take anything away from it. And I actually think they got robbed at that last second. I think that looked like it was a really long second for the ball to just kind of sit there and hit the ground. Like, that really looked like the game was over, and that would have given you a win over the Packers in 2-2, and kind of that would have been huge for them. I think a tie still is huge, but a win there in that situation, that would have been really electric to what they could do for the rest of the season. So we will see what happens with the Cowboys. We know Dak is there. We know that offense is just in rhythm. It's the same offense they've been running, Brian Schottenheimer. So they got all the answers, and Dak is pulling the right strings. But defensively, we don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. And that's going to be the problem for them throughout this entire season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do weekly videos for each team. So we have playlists directed to your team and the week in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment in that section. I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think about the videos, what could be improved, what I did right. Thank you again. Lumia Sports. Peace.